Hi, Paul here again, working on Mona. We're doing the 1, 2, 3 healing technique. 1 is the forehead, 2 is the heart, and 3 is the pubic bone. And the best way to find the pubic bone is start at the belly button and just work down, maybe ½ an inch at a time, and you can feel it. On a person who's well padded, just get close to the pubic bone, you know? Yeah, and you always ask the person you're working on if it's okay to work on these areas of the body. They and get their permission. Say, I'm going to be working on areas that might be either ticklish or sensitive. Is it okay if I work on you like that? And Mona is wonderful here, and she's about ready to go to sleep on me, which is okay, because she doesn't have to be present for the healing. The energy moves no matter what. And I'm checking for hot, cold, light, dark, hard, soft, electrical imbalances. Right now they're pretty well balanced there, so I'm going to try here. This is pretty well balanced too, and then try. So it's 1, 2, and then 1, 3, and then 2, 3. And if it's all balanced, then you're done on this side. So let's go ahead and roll Mona over. Okay, so let's roll her over on the back side, and I'll show you where the 1, 2, 3 points are on Mona. Okay, all right, so here we go. All right, the number 1 point is right below the earlobe. If you feel behind the earlobe, there is the skull bone. Well, at the base of the skull bone, close to the bottom of the earlobe, is the bone called the occipital. The occipital is number 1 on a person's head. I also do a little bit of work with the crown chakra, which is right at the very top of the head. What you're doing again is you're connecting heaven, and the sky, which is the head, with the tailbone, which is the coccyx and the sacrum. Here, now Mona's sacrum is pretty hard and unflexible. Okay, and so I'm going to be working on her sacrum. This is 1, 2. The heart is 2, and 3 is the sacrum. The sacrum is part of the spine, believe it or not. I always thought it was part of the pelvis, but it's part of the spine. It's the biggest and most important of the vertebrae because it attaches the upper body to the pelvis. And the sacrum and the pelvis support the entire weight of the upper body. So there's a lot of pressure on the sacrum. Now the key is there's 8 major nerve channels that run down her spine and into all the lower organs of the body. And when the sacrum is abused or ignored or simply not worked on, energy can build up there because just by the fact of walking around, standing, bumping it, sitting on it, the weight of the body has its own pressures that it puts on the sacrum and the pelvis. The entire leg and the feet also carry the entire weight of the body. And so I'm just massaging the back legs just because there's a little bit of energy there. I'm just chasing energy. So I'm going back to working on the sacrum here, and I'm just massaging it. Again, the technique is a 2-hand technique. You always have 2 hands on the body if possible, of the person you're working on. I'm touching the occipital here, which is just the skull bone at the base of the, right where the earlobe ends. Right there, there's a bone that's called the occipital, and the heart. Now, I can never touch the heart, but it's just important to get near it, okay? And I can even pound on it a little bit if it's too hot, too cold, too anything. And the balance is very good here. There's a lot of energy built up in her sacrum, so I'm going to work on the sacrum for a while. It's rare that I'll work on any other part of the body when I'm doing this technique. Now, I'm also trained in massage, and I can actually massage Mona from head to foot. But massage is totally different than what I'm doing. I do massage the sacrum a little bit and the occipital a little bit just to get the energy to loosen up. It's it's okay here in the occipital, but it's kind of stuck in the sacrum, and it just needs some work. At a certain point, the sacrum will not feel hard anymore. It'll move left, right, and up, down, which is very good. If it's hot, it will become cool. If it's cool or cooler to your touch than the head, it'll become a little bit warmer. You'll just reach a point where there's electrical balance and hot-cold balance. Usually they all come together. The soft, hard, hot, cold, light, dark balance will come in, and once there's balance, energy will flow up and down her spine easily, and when the energy flows, the immune system has a much easier job doing its job healing the body. The major function of the immune system is to bring balance to the body and get rid of disease. And when the energy is flowing in the body, then healing can occur. The body can heal itself. The body's native state is healing. And when the energy is flowing, healing is happening because you cut your finger and you heal. That's the native state of the body. The body heals naturally. But if there's a blockage there, it can take 6 weeks to heal. So what you want is that flow through the body. I tell physicians that if they're going to do surgery on someone, then do this technique for a half an hour before you cut. And then after the person is sewn up, you do this technique again on them, and it reduces the trauma that the surgery is. I can't say it eliminates it completely because surgery is major trauma. And this is a trauma handling technique. Pent-up cellular energy at the level of, there's trillions of cells, so you have trillions of cells with the same picture of energy in them, and then the energy discharges. There can be a lot of energy flow release there that's been pent up for an awful long time. And I do have an advanced book on healing for people that run into questions with this technique. They say, I did it on my partner and they were so charged up with energy that my hands burned. What do I do? Questions like that. Or I put my hands on the people and I couldn't feel anything. So we're having good balance here. I'm going to go back to the occipital. And there's starting to become balance here. Since the sacrum's a rather big bone, I like to feel the whole thing. It starts here, and it's in a triangular shape. And this one's starting to get soft. It's starting to move. Starting to get cool. So Mona's coming into balance here. By the way, once I do this work, this energy that's being handled right now never has to be handled again. Now, if I work on Mona in another week or two, there may be new energy there, but it's new energy that was very deep and it surfaces. So this energy never has to be worked on again, because once it's discharged, there's nothing there to charge it back up again. The only thing that can charge it up again is trauma to the body. So there you have it. Mona is done. So I'll spend a little bit of time wiping her down. I call it raking, but this is not Reiki. What you do is you wipe her down, or wipe the person down, because it balances the energy from top to bottom. And we've been balancing energy, but this just sort of puts a finish on it, just sort of polishes it. I'm going to check the bottoms of her feet and her heart. And the ankles here. A little bit of energy there, so I'll work on that for a minute. A little bit of energy there. A little bit of energy there. The insides of the ankles and the insides of the back of the knee, right here. Lots of nerves, lots of lymph nodes, lots of blood vessels run through the back of the knee. And the reason why they're not on the front is all padding and bone and padding, so that if you fall and you land on your knees, it doesn't damage nerves and blood vessels and lymph nodes, which are awfully important to keeping you alive. Very smart design on the body. Very smart design. Okay, she's pretty well balanced here, so Mona is done. So thank you very much, Mona. See that? And you can go to sleep if you want, okay? Thank you for watching.